Hi everyone. By now you should have already finished the SLS package on negative angles before you come to this worksheet. Okay, so in SLS the video is very clear with all the illustrations. But if you still don't quite understand, then I will explain in a bit of the terms that we have been using in the previous videos. Okay, so negative angles is just in the counterclockwise direction. Previously, when we did positive angles, there are angles that go in the anti-clockwise. So positive angles is anti-clockwise. So this way, right? And then it can go on and on and on and on. Whereas negative angles are clockwise. So something like this. Okay, so basically you go in the opposite direction, and then the four quadrants will now become 0, negative 90, negative 180, negative 270. Okay, but the ASTC stays the same. So the way you name the quadrants are the same. ASTC. Alright, no difference. It's just that the way that the numbers are now in reverse direction. Alright. Okay, so the way we do it is exactly the same. Okay, step one, figure out the quadrant. Which quadrant? Step two, figure value of basic angle. Okay, and then step 3, solve question. Right, find the sign of the trigo function. Okay, so this is roughly the 3 steps that we have been doing in the past few examples, starting from 10E to 10F worksheet. Alright. Okay, so I already more or less covered whatever that's written here. This formula, sine equals to negative theta. Sine negative theta is negative sine theta, blah blah blah. This one you can memorize. I wouldn't say it's a necessity because you can do the entire question by just figuring out which quadrant the angle is in. So you don't really have to memorize. You can go by understanding. Okay. Alright, so let's look at work example 1. Again, here they say without using the calculator, right? Which means you need to show your relevant working. Okay, but you can actually use a calculator to check your final answer. Okay, so first we start with cosine negative 60, right? So negative 60, let's visualize it by drawing that out. This is 0, negative 90, negative 180, negative 270. So negative 60 will be from 0 to 90 degrees, somewhere here. Right? And once you draw it out, you can kind of see it, right? What will be the basic angle for this question? Basic angle is the angle between the line and the x-axis. So that will be here. This is our basic angle alpha. Right? So in this case, our alpha is actually equals to 60 degrees. It is the angle, but remember, basic angles are always positive. Okay, so basic angles are always positive. So there's no negative sign for basic angle, right? They are the positive acute angle connecting the line and the x-axis. Okay, so now cosine negative 60 will just be cosine 60. Why? Why is this positive? This is positive. Why? Because the 4 quadrants ASTC, in the 4th quadrant, cosine is positive. Okay, so that matches this formula here. Right? Can you see that? It's the same. So we don't really have to memorize the formula. If we understand the 4 quadrants, then it will all make sense. Okay? Alright, and cosine 60. Let me just erase all the highlights. Cosine 60, as you have memorized, it's half. Okay, so that's your first answer. Okay, so now we'll move on to part C, tangent negative 225. Okay, so first, same idea. We're gonna draw out our negative angle. So this will be 0, negative 90, negative 180, negative 270. Right? So negative 225 will be between negative 180 to negative 270. So from here all the way, it's negative 225. So what will be the basic angle? Remember the definition? The line to the x-axis. So here is the basic angle. And how do I find the basic angle? Okay, I will take because I don't really have to care about the negative sign anymore. I know that this blue color angle is 225, and then the straight line is 180. Right, so minus away the 180 degrees, I'll get the red color angle. Blue minus red, blue minus the white gives me the red. Right, so that's why it's 225 minus 180 to give you 45. Okay, so and knowing A, S, T, C, this is in the second quadrant where sine is positive. So what is the sign of tangent? What will be the sign? Is it positive or negative? Yeah, in the second quadrant, tangent is actually negative. So this is negative. Negative. Tangent, the basic angle, 45 degrees. And over here, look, it matches the formula. Just to show you, negative tangent 225 is negative tangent 45 here. Right? Okay, so that's the relationship. Okay, so tangent 45, you would have memorized it to be 1. So that's why this answer is negative 1. Okay, so that's A and C. Okay, now let's move on to the radian. Let's adjust our brain to radian mode. But the way we do it is exactly the same. Okay, so here I have the angle to be negative 3 pi over 4. So let's draw it out first. Okay, so now we switch to radian mode. 0, negative pi over 2, negative pi, and negative 3 pi over 2. Okay, so these are in the reverse direction. These are the 4 quadrants. Same thing, A, S, T, C. Okay, let's figure out what's negative 3 pi over 4. Negative 3 pi over 4 is between negative half and negative 1. Right? 3/4 is between half and 1. So negative 3/4 must be between negative half and negative 1, which means it's in the third quadrant. So this is negative 3 pi over 4. Okay, so knowing this, our basic angle will be the angle between the line and the x-axis. So that will be pi minus 3 pi over 4. Okay, so again, like I said, I will just ignore the negative sign already because I know that a straight line is pi radian. And then the angle here is negative 3 pi over 4. So the basic angle will be just take pi minus 3 pi over 4. Okay, so that gives us pi over 4. Next, in the third quadrant, tangent is positive, which means that sine must be negative, right? And it will be the negative of the basic angle, which is pi over 4. Okay, and then sine pi over 4 is a special angle, root 2 over 2. Done. Okay, last question. Cosine pi, negative pi over 6. So by now you should know that it's over here. This is negative pi over 6, which means it's exactly the same as the basic angle, pi over 6. So therefore, And in the fourth quadrant, cosine, ASTC, cosine is positive. So this is easy. This is just positive pi over 6. And it gives me root 3 over 2. Okay, don't believe me, you can go and type in your calculator and you will get the same answers. Exactly. Okay, so now you can try it one, and then I'll share the answers with you. Pause the video and try it one. Okay, and these, okay, you should have finished. If you unpause the video now, you should have already finished it. Okay. So let's run through. Tangent 135, it's over here. Negative 135 degrees. So this is the basic angle, which is 45. So in the third quadrant, tangent is positive. So this is just equals to the positive tangent 45 degrees, which is 1. Second question, negative 210 is in the second quadrant. Okay, so negative 90, negative 180, and then negative 210. Basic angle is here, which is 30 degrees. So in the second quadrant, tangent is negative. So this will be negative tangent 30, and tangent 30 is root 3 over 3. Next, I have cosine negative 7 pi over 4. Okay, draw it out again. Negative 7 pi over 4. If you look at the decimal place of 7 pi over 4, right? It's actually 1.75. Right, 1.75. So that will be more than 1.5 but lesser than 2. So therefore, here. So it went all the way. Okay, so this is negative 7 pi over 4. Right, which means that this angle is the basic angle. And the basic angle will be 2 pi minus 7 pi over 4, which is pi over 4. Okay, and we know that in the first quadrant, all angles are positive. So this will just be equals to the positive of pi over 4, which is root 2 over 2. Alright, last question. Negative pi over 3 falls under the fourth quadrant here. And therefore, it's the same as the basic angle, pi over 3. In the fourth quadrant, only cosine is positive. So this will be negative of sine pi over 3. Okay, and negative sine of pi over 3 is negative root 3 over 2. Okay, did you get all of the 4 questions correct? If you did, great. Okay, so remember to submit all SLS questions, and you can ask me any questions you have when we return back to school, or you can drop me an email or message me should you need to ask me urgent questions. Tomorrow, lesson will be on graph of sine function. Okay, so that will be in worksheet 10. I can't remember what's the alphabet. Okay, but I'll see y'all in tomorrow's video. Bye.